Shelter. It's the most important of the four basic necessities. Shelters have many names: lean-tos, caves, tent, bunker, and home. Without shelter, we have nowhere to go. They provide us with safety and security from dangers natural and man-made. This is what we survive. Welcome to What Will You Survive? The greatest survival show taking current events and relating them to survival situations. I'm your host, Michael Martin. Today we're talking about shelter. There are four basic necessities to survival, and they are shelter, water, fire, and food. And yes, in that order. Being as how this is part one of our four-part series, it only makes sense that shelter go first. I get it though. You've got a house or apartment, shelter is a non-issue. Well, ask Katrina survivors, Harvey survivors. Have you seen the island of Barbuda? Shelter is important. Without it, you die. That's why we're going to talk about it. So zip it and listen.
Huh? Don't tell me what to do.
Well, what constitutes a shelter? Let's take it at its simplest terms. Shelter is defined as a place giving temporary protection from bad weather or danger. So basically, if it's keeping you safe from weirdos or weather, it's probably a shelter. But you may be wondering, who needs to worry about shelter? I got a home. I'm good. Sure you are, for now. That's until your roof gets ripped off or thugs kick your door in at 3 in the morning. Ask the residents of Barbuda about shelter. The entire island was evacuated after 60% of the homes were destroyed. Florida dodged a cataclysmic bullet when Irma downgraded as it approached the United States. If the same type of destruction happened to Florida, that would be an estimated 3.8 million households overnight, or a little over 11 million people. To put that into perspective, that's more than all 5 boroughs of New York City combined. Homeless. I'm not trying to fearmonger. I just want people to appreciate their current situation. Do you think your government has the capital or manpower to handle that?
Yes.
If you do, think again. The point is that we all have shelter until we don't. That's why they use the word temporary in its definition. So who needs to worry about shelter? Well, I think the only time someone needs to worry about it is if they don't plan. We all should be analyzing our current situation and either how to improve it or, God forbid, what plan B is in the event we lose it all. Taking a lot of little steps now will cushion the blow when something big happens later. Well, now hopefully you're on board and you're wondering about how you can get or build a backup shelter. The good news is that when it comes to building primitive shelters like lean-tos, there is a plethora of information and classes out there. But if you wait a few more weeks, I'll be releasing a video on this very topic. If you're looking for something that requires less man hours, stand up and head on over to your local outdoor store. Go buy a tent that fits your needs physically and financially. That way you're not forced to live in your tent after you've made too costly a purchase. Or you can go to my website at www.whatwillyousurvive.com and purchase through one of our many affiliate links. You'll be helping the show. Shelter is the most important thing you need to survive. So don't take for granted the roof over your head. Make second and third options for you and those around you. And remember, in the age of information, ignorance is a choice. Stay tuned next week for part 2 of our 4-part series, where we'll be discussing the second most important survival necessity, water. We'll see you next time on What Will You Survive? I believe that's it.